Good morning, everyone. We're about to get started here, and we have Pastor Johnny Phillips, Jr. of the Owensville United Methodist Church to offer a word of prayer for us, and then we'll officially open our meeting with the pledge. Pastor?
Thank you, Pastor.
Let's pray together. Our gracious Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to come before you as the Clermont County Commission with responsibilities for the area we live in. We pray, God, your blessing upon the proceedings of this meeting. May all things work together for the good of the citizens of this community and beyond. May we be able to see your work and your will and be able to discern the good from the wrong and be able to do justice in all that is said and done here this morning. It's in thy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
If you'll join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have ceremonies to begin our meeting. And Chris Smith, if he would come to the podium, and Commissioner Ubel, if you'd join me also.
Good morning.
Good morning. Congratulations on a long career here in Clermont County.
Thank you.
We have recognition from several sources. First, we'll take precedent, County Commissioners. Certificate appreciation presented to Chris Smith in recognition of your commitment to serving the people of Clermont County through your service on Clermont County CIC, Clermont County Port Authority, as well as countless other community-related causes that have improved the quality of life for those living and working in Clermont County. We sincerely appreciate your commitment of time, talent, and treasure, and wish to recognize your dedication and hard work. Signed by the Board of County Commissioners, Ed Humphrey, Bob Proud, and David Ubel.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then we also have recognition from Joe Eaker, our senator, and I'll present that to you as well. And then Commissioner Ubel has a proclamation from Governor Kasich.
Governor Kasich from the state of Ohio. Chris Smith, on behalf of the state of Ohio, we are pleased to recognize you for your lifetime of service and contributions to your community. Throughout your career, you have been dedicated to serving Clermont County in a variety of ways throughout your leadership, dedication, and commitment to improving your community. We are grateful for the positive difference you have made in Clermont County and our state, and we extend our best wishes for continued success in all your future endeavors. On this 13th day of October 2015, John Kasich, Governor, and he didn't put it there, but U.S. presidential candidate.
That's the ad one.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we have Brad Winstrup here to make a presentation, our congressman.
In person, live and in person.
And his aide, Mr. Yukotter, Jeff, is here also.
We have submitted something for the congressional record to praise all the work that you've done. But I just want to say a few words personally. You know, you've taken your years of experience in banking and real estate and in business and really brought it to the community. And I think that is what the community service is all about. And I think it's what our founders had in mind for its citizens, to be able to take your skills and share them with the rest of the community. And you have done that. It's never been about you. And that's what I respect so much. And I just want to thank you personally. As someone who was new to politics 2.5 years ago, you were so helpful to me and my staff to bring us up to speed to what's going on locally and really giving us good advice and guidance on so many things to where we could be of help to the fine work that you do.
Thank you.
You know, I always think of the final scene in Saving Private Ryan, where he's standing there and he says to his wife, "Tell me I've been a good man, tell me I've led a good life." You have, and you've served us very well. And Ohio's loss is Florida's gain. So thank you very much for your service to this community.
You.
Really respect it. Thank you.
John Becker is here also.
So Chris, if we got rid of the income tax in Ohio, would you stay here maybe?
I'm working on that.
Great, great. Great
I
lead-in.
figured you were. It was a good introduction. to
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Nice segue.
I'm John Becker, State Representative for the Northern Third of Clermont County. It's Union, Miami Goshen, Stone Lick, and Wayne, City of Milford in the corner of Loveland inside Clermont County. I asked the Speaker of the House about this commendation for Mr. Smith and, being a long list of accomplishments, and a lot of that is listed in here. But instead of spending a lot of time telling everybody how great he is, I'm just going to call him Citizen of the Decade. And say,
Wow, thank
enjoy
you.
Florida,
Thank you.
and thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
And Matt Van Zandt is here with the chamber, and I asked him to say a few words.
Do I get a calculator?
Well,
Is that part of the game?
well, good morning. My name's Matt Vanson. I'm president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Clermont County. It seemed like just yesterday, commissioners, that I walked into the Heritage Building. It was October 1985, and it didn't take long for me to meet this guy, Chris Smith. I came into my office. We were talking about a project or something. He whipped out his calculator and he started calculating. And those of you who don't know what this is, it's a Hewlett-Packard calculator. I don't know if they still make batteries. Do they still make batteries? So I asked Chris if I could borrow that for a minute, and he was very uncomfortable giving that up to me. He didn't think I'd give it back. So Chris, on behalf of the chamber,
Yes.
I want to return to you your calculator.
Thank you.
But seriously, it was, I think, 2011 that the Chamber of Commerce recognized Chris as the Martha Dorsey Pace Setter for his long dedication to the business community and the citizens of Clermont County. We're grateful in 2011. Prior to that, Chris served as chairman of the board of the chamber. I think in the history of the chamber, maybe the only chairman of the board that served 2 terms.
2 years.
2 years.
Unusual circumstances.
Very unusual circumstances, but involved in our economic development committee, served in any way that we ever asked. We could call Chris up and say, we have an assignment for you, and Chris would say, yes, sir, where should I be and at what time? And we'll be forever grateful for that. As Congressman Winstrup said, Ohio's loss is Florida's gain. I'll see you down there someday,
Yes.
my friend.
Coming
Congratulations
soon.
to you. I'm really proud of the work you've
Thank
done.
you. Thank you, man.
Could we have all the presenters up to take a picture, group photo, please?
Grab all these. There you go. Get all those.
Get all that hardware. That's good.
Yeah, do a couple here. 1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Great, thank you.
We'll take time here.
I shudder to think how all these.
I was waiting for that.
The official county photograph now.
Smile, and 1, 2, 3. One more for safety, 1, 2, 3. Excellent, thank you.
When you say safety, does that mean it goes to Sheriff Rosenberg? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Can I capture the podium for a
In
moment?
so many capacities, please do. I should have asked you before, I'm sorry.
I would, first of all, I appreciate everybody being here. This is an indication of, again, the strength of Clermont County. Whether I was trying to promote Clermont County in the private sector through Duke Realty or through the public sector, through the commissioners, through the chamber, through the state of Ohio, I was able to talk about the features and the benefits and the attributes of Clermont County. But one thing consistently played through, and that is the people. The warmth and welcoming. When I arrived here in Cincinnati, I knew one guy, the guy that hired me, and that was it. So The beauty of this is, as Matt and others have seen my box of business cards, I think I've got about 600 of them, and there's wives' names and kids' names and the dog and the college they went to and all that information that allows you to personalize your conversation with the contact. I would be remiss if I didn't indicate that the ability to participate and volunteer in all these events and activities and organizations was a result of a very, very patient and understanding wife here. So Beverly has been very, very kind and very supportive, and so thank you. Part of the reason we had to leave is that you reach an age where I'm told that the protons and neurons are generally overcome by the morons. So that was part of the last time we made our trip to Florida, we saw a bumper sticker that may indicate it more vividly than anything. It said God's waiting room. So we hope it's a long wait, but we will be back like bad pennies rolling back to Clermont County several times. We've got some plans to return next summer and split our year between Clermont and Venice, Florida. But I have been most appreciative of all the relationships, all the organizations. It's a wonderful community, and I happened to arrive over the last 3 decades at an ideal time where Clermont was just really, really accelerating, not in terms of just population, but investments and company and growth. I wanted to at least hold this little guy up. That agenda for the future, which is an outgrowth of some of the Clermont 2001 and Clermont 2020 efforts. The leadership program, again, we've got great, great assets, great resources, and a lot of positive momentum to take this community even further and faster and farther. So due to all of your efforts as well. So I'm most appreciative, and I certainly thank you for the recognition and the opportunity to have met you all and worked with you all from New Richmond to Batavia to Goshen to Milford to Miami Township, Union Township, everything in between. So it's been a real, real pleasure. I told David I would hold these comments to under 30 minutes. So thank you again so much. Appreciate the recognition and appreciate the opportunity really to have served, because it's a real, real privilege and real pleasure. It's really all about relationships, and again, having great, great relationships with all of you, and I consider you all friends. We'll leave the address and the location. The guest bedroom is available. After you, I put my snow shovel out at the end of the driveway with a little sign on it that said, "Rust in peace." So that'll remain there as we head for Florida. So that's all I'm allowing.
Yeah, I think just Chris should have a final comments, but I think I'd like to talk simply because Chris was such a great friend over the years for me, as well as working for me. And the fact that he still speaks to me is amazing, since I think for the years he was with me, he's delivered meat, he's played music in the restaurant, he's bussed tables, he's managed the restaurants, he's worked trade shows. I think he's even managed dogs and herded buffaloes, so he's an amazing guy. But you know, one thing is, we all know Chris always starts every meeting with a joke or a pun, and we always limited to 3 per day.
That was it. I used my 3 this morning.
And he was always in good company. I think Ronald Reagan did the same thing. But years ago, Chris had a joke which I've always remembered, and I'll just kind of finish this. But it was about this guy he's 80 years old, and he goes into the doctor to get a physical, and he did the blood work and EKG and all that. When he was finished, the doctor said, "My, for 80, you look like you're a 50-year-old. What's the secret?" And the guy says, "Well, I play golf every day. I'm Italian, and I drink vino every night." And the doctor said, "That's amazing." He said, "Well, how old was your father when he died?" And the guy said, "Well, how do you know my father's dead? In fact, he played golf with me this morning." And the doctor was just, bamboozled. That's great. How old is he? He says, "Well, he's 100 years old." "And does he have any other secrets?" "Well, yeah, after we played golf today, we went and we walked on the nude beach. And of course, he's Italian as well. The doctor was just, flummoxed. He said, well, then how old was your father's father when he died? And the guy looked at him and said, well, how do you know he's dead? And the doctor just couldn't believe it at this point. And the doctor said, well, how old is he? Well, he's 118 years old. And the doctor thought, whatever. He said, so I bet he golfed with you this morning, right? He said, no, actually, he's at home. He's preparing for his wedding tonight. And the doctor said, why would an 118-year-old man be wanting to get married tonight? Who says he wants to?
Oh,
I'd be in trouble if I didn't forget one more item. All of you have to go to lunch or dinner, right? City barbecue tonight. 25% of any of the purchase proceeds go to Clermont Crew, which again is a great, great cause and a great effort as we try to raise funds for those kids out there rowing on Harsha Lake. And so see, I got that plug in there.
there we go. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks again.
We're going to actually conduct business today. I'm not.
No, I don't have a schedule.
I don't know. Judith?
Let me grab one.
David didn't get
Oh,
it.
did I not? I'm so, this was yours. Yes.
Yes,
I
I-
wondered why I had an extra
Took one from Bob and brought it over there. I knew, so I.
Yes, and that's why I didn't leave one of Bob. So we need to move the rest of the stuff over there too. We will. Sorry about that, Bug.
We should have coffee and donuts this morning.
We should have. So our first order of business is to pay our bills. Resolution 154-15 in the amount of $1,747,421.43. Do we have a motion to pass Resolution 154-15?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye. Item 2.
Good morning, Connie Tibbetts,
Morning.
Department of Job and Family Services. Item number 2 is the recommendation of Judy Eschman, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to authorize Edwin H. Humphrey, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute subgrant agreement number G1617060415 by and between the Board of Clermont County Commissioners on behalf of the Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services, which serves as the administrative entity for the Southwest Ohio Regional Training Center located in Clermont County, Ohio, and the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, Office of Family and Children, located in Columbus, Ohio, for the provision of funding for the administration of the Ohio Human Services Training System at the Southwest Ohio Regional Training Center, therefore, in the amount of up to $53,000 for state fiscal year 2016, effective July 1st, 2015, or upon issuance of a State of Ohio purchase order, whichever is later, through June 30th, 2016, pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute the subgrant agreement as contained in item 2?
I'll make a motion for item 2.
Second?
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye. Item 3.
Item 3 is a recommendation of John Cascaden, Director of Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services, with my concurrence to adopt Resolution 155-15, resolving to determine that certain radio communications equipment as listed in Exhibit A attached thereto made part thereof is unneeded and obsolete, no longer necessary for use by Clermont County, and that said equipment should be donated to the political subdivisions of Clermont County, Ohio, pursuant to and compliance with Section 307.12, subsection D of the Ohio Revised Code, and hereby authorizes the Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services to delete the items from their inventory and transfer the stated radio communication equipment to the political subdivisions, therefore becoming the responsibility of the receiving agency.
Okay, do we have a motion to adopt Resolution 155-15?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye. Item 4.
Item 4, also recommendation of John Cascaden, Director of Clermont County Department of Public Safety Services, with my concurrence to resolve to determine that certain personal property is unneeded, obsolete, and unfit, and no longer necessary for county use, as described in Exhibit A, and authorize Stephen H. Raybold to approve the posting and sale of the stated property by internet auction with GovDeals, Montgomery, Alabama, in concert with the agreement ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on 4/8/09, relative thereto and pursuant to and compliance with Section 307.12, subsection E of the Ohio Revised Code.
Okay, do we have a motion to dispose of property as contained in item 4?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 5?
Morning.
Good morning.
Greg Reisner, Deputy Surveyor, Clermont County Engineer's Office. Item number 5, recommendation of Patrick J. Monger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to authorize release of a performance bond for sidewalks in the amount as follows. For the subdivision in Batavia Township, Lexington Run, Section 3, the bond amount is $10,550.
Okay, do we have a motion to authorize the release of the performance bond as contained in item 5?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 6?
Item 6, recommendation of Patrick J. Monger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to authorize the release of a performance bond for sidewalks in the amount as follows. In the following subdivision located in Batavia Township. This one's a little bit different. This sidewalk bond covered multiple sections of a subdivision. Lexington Run, Bugler Sound, Saddletop Ridge, Champion Crossing, and Twin Spires. The bond was for $21,550.
Okay, do we have a motion to authorize the release of the performance bond?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. 7?
7 is a recommendation of Patrick J. Monger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to authorize the transfer of Harrison Woods Court in the length of 0.14 miles, situated in Harrison Woods Court subdivision in Union Township. This is transfer from the Clermont County Public Road System to the Union Township Public Road System, subsequent to the completion of Harrison Woods Court, pursuant to and in compliance with Resolution 14510, adopted by the Board of County Commissioners in 2010. This is relative to the forfeiture of a combined performance and maintenance bond.
Okay, do we have a motion to authorize the transfer of Harrison Woods Court as contained in item 7?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 8?
8 is a recommendation of Patrick J. Monger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to authorize Edwin H. Humphrey, President of the Board of County Commissioners, or in his absence, any other member of the Board, to execute change order number 2 for the contract with John R. Jurgensen, Mostella Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, for project BA0102, which is the Elklick Road landslide project located in Batavia Township. This change order will decrease the amount $29,969 for a grand total price of $269,983.04.
Okay, do we have a motion to execute change order number 2 as contained in item 8?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 9?
Item 9 is a recommendation of Patrick J. Monger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to accept the following permanent easements granted and conveyed to the County of Clermont for roadway purposes necessary for project MI 0215. It's Woodville Pike Roadway Improvements Project located in Miami Township. We have 3 permanent easements. First Baptist Church of Milford, 1,110. Monte Ray Kelch, 2,175. And Joe Brotherton, $595.
Does this complete the needs of the right-of-way, or do we have others?
These easements are for the right-of-way for the 2 bridges that are located on the opposite sides of the entrance of the church.
Okay. So do we have a motion to accept the permanent easements as contained in item 9?
I'll make the motion for item 9.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 10?
Recommendation of Patrick J. Munger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6292941 for the replat of a lot in Legendary Run Subdivision, Section 4, located in Pierce Township. And this is going to create a weather warning tower easement.
Okay. Do we have a motion to execute the record plat as contained in item 10?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 11?
11 is a recommendation of Patrick J. Munger, County Engineer, with the concurrence of Stephen H. Raybold, County Administrator, to execute dedication plat numbers 6292942 and 6292943 for the dedication of additional right-of-way for Ivy Point Boulevard located in Union Township. The total length of the dedication is 0.274 miles.
Just a turning lane, maybe? Or
This is everything from the existing circle to Eichholz. So it's approximately a quarter mile. So it's going to
think
connect
that's
Ivy Point to Eichholz.
I have a motion to execute the dedication plat as contained in item 11.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 12.
Item 12 is road closures. Recommendation of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to acknowledge the receipt of notification from Patrick J. Munger, County Engineer. This is determination to close the following roads to through traffic with the understanding that all advanced warnings, detour signs will be erected and maintained accordingly pursuant to and in compliance with Section 5543.17. We have 3 closures: Bradbury Road, Laurel Moscow Road, and Claremontville Laurel Road. A couple culverts will be placed on Bradbury, Laurel Moscow, and Claremontville Laurel are landslide repair projects.
Okay. We have a motion to acknowledge the road closures as contained in item 12.
I'll make the motion for item 12.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 13. Thank you, Craig. Suki. Suki actually is.
Underway.
I know.
Morning.
Good morning.
Suki Sheets with the Office of Management and Budget, and item 13 is a recommendation to execute a memorandum of understanding between the county and the Clermont County Clerk of Common Pleas Court. This will resolve to terminate the prior memorandum of understanding that we ratified on October 2nd, 2006, and amended December 15th, 2010, to reflect the change in the square foot and the revised lease rate for the 1,368 square feet of office space located at 457 West Main Street in Batavia for the operation of the Auto Title Division. It'll now be a monthly rate of $2,003.33 for the lease of the space, with a total amount of $24,000, an annual amount of $24,040. This will become effective September 1st of this year through December 31st of 2016, subject to automatic renewals at the same rate unless the actual cost to the county supports a change in rate, which we'll notify them of. Plus, included in this, we'll have a one-time reimbursement of $10,739.03 for the remaining amount of the high-density filing system that was previously included in the lease rate. What we did here, because of the change, when they moved the records out of we call it the old laundromat, and moved them to their new location on Beachmont, they were actually leasing from us out of their certificate of title for that location. So included in that lease rate was the high-density filing system, so we just had them pay it off instead of, we don't have a lease, they're leasing the other one from the outside entity. So this modifies it to just the square footage that they have in the BMV one-stop auto title building now, and reduces their lease for the storage building.
So the previous ratified was August?
Did I say October?
Or October?
August 2nd.
Okay, just want to clarify
Sorry.
for the record, that's all right. So do we have a motion to execute the memorandum of understanding as contained in item 13?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 14.
Okay, 14 is our financials for the week. First, we have our supplemental appropriations. In the public safety non-operating, we have $15,000 increase, and this is in order to do a second advance for the stormwater, the Miami Trails Stormwater District. This will be an advance in anticipation of the revenue bond that will probably end up issuing in early 2016. Then we have in the Miami Trails Stormwater Fund an appropriation of the first advance. So in regular salaries, $1,347, in fringe benefits, $337, and in other expenses, $10,316. Then budget transfers in child support enforcement from bargaining unit salaries to overtime, $15,000. This is for additional overtime for their imaging project. In DJFS income maintenance fund from bargaining unit salary to DJFS regular salary, $15,000 for a position that changed from bargaining to non-bargaining. In child support or children protective services, bargaining unit to regular salary, $15,000 for another position that changed from bargaining to non-bargaining. Then we have cash transfers of funds from general fund to child support enforcement fund, $85,000 for the child support county share for the fourth quarter of 2015. From general fund to public assistance fund, $103,093.50 for the PA mandated share for October to December of 2015. From the voter system replacement fund back to general fund, $1,469.20, and this is the closeout of that fund and the return of the general fund monies that were put in there when we had a grant years ago. And finally, we have the cash advance. This is $35,000 from public safety, non-operating, to the Miami Trail Stormwater Fund, and this will be in anticipation of the revenue bond. This is so they can start, and you'll see the appropriation of this $35,000 probably next week or in 2 weeks after Budget Commission meets. This is so they can start that construction.
Okay, we need that to move along.
Right.
So, do we have a motion to approve the financial and budgetary actions as contained in item 14?
I'll make a motion for item 14.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Item 15, training and travel.
Item 15, in the Clermont County Court of Common Pleas Domestic Relations Division of Christie Hill, 2 days, Cincinnati, Ohio, for Fred Pryor seminars training, not to exceed $295. We have Penny Ann Gates, 3 days, Columbus, Ohio, the Ohio Association of Magistrates Fall Conference, not to exceed $691.45. County Sheriffs, we have 1 undercover agent, 1 day, Batavia, Los Angeles High Intensity Drug Trafficking Areas Advanced Officer Training, estimated not to exceed $40. Matt Farmer and Eric Campbell, 1 day, Liberty Township Public Safety Education Complex Butler Tech Course, estimated not to exceed $198. And Lori Saylor, 5 days, Columbus, Ohio, for a Fox Valley Technical College course, Advanced Investigative Strategies for Child Abduction Cases, estimated not to exceed $722.20. Clermont County Water Resources Department, Brett Fisher, 1 day, Kettering, Ohio, for the Montgomery County Environmental Services Southwest Ohio Water Environment Association Education Day, estimated not to exceed $10. Department of Community and Economic Development, Adele Evans, 3 days, Columbus, Ohio, for the 2015 Ohio Economic Development Association Annual Summit, estimated not to exceed $1,034.40. And Board of County Commissioners, Tom Eigel, 1 day, Cincinnati, Ohio, for the Haran Educational Seminar. Are your Department of Labor auditor ready? Not to exceed $23.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the training and travel?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Personnel actions.
This week we've got the Department of Community and Economic Development, Taylor Corbett, planner, and the probation effective 10/20. We have Department of Job and Family Services, Lori Brown, clerical specialist, termination resignation effective 11/2. Gina Niederkorn, clerical specialist, step increase effective 10/19. And Arlene Slater Oliver, income maintenance worker 3, step increase effective 10/12.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the personnel actions?
I'll make a motion for the personnel action.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. And we have a need for executive session.
Yes, sir.
We have a need for executive session pursuant to Section 121.22 G1 and G2 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the appointment, employment, and/or compensation of 1 or more public employees. And second, to purchase the purchase of property for public purposes or the sale of property at competitive bidding, respectively. Do we have a motion to go into executive session under those 2 sections of the code?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. So we'll be in executive session, back shortly, and we can have the minutes prepared and get a chance to look them over before we come back.
Gonna
We
have
have
the
a
public
we have a
hearing on
public
We have a
the
public hearing, never mind. Yep, we have a public hearing at 11. We're back from executive session. No decisions were made. We have had a chance to look over the minutes of our meeting today. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes of today's meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from October 14th, 2015.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye. That concludes our business for today. Thanks for joining us, and God bless.